If you are wanting confidence, this one is for you. You might be destroying your confidence without even realizing it. Okay? And what I've noticed is the fastest way to kill your confidence is by breaking your own word with yourself. And I get messages a lot, right, from guys. Obviously, a lot of you guys, you want to create this transformation for your body. But really, what's underneath is just this desire for more confidence. But here are 3 things that will stop you. Guys, Dave, Fott, welcome along. Walking Alone, Kunstford, DRV. Fastest way to kill your confidence, 3 things. One thing is breaking your own word with yourself. Okay? Breaking your own word to yourself. Number 2 is you're waiting for permission. You're waiting for permission, partner, friends, family to give you permission. Number 3 is using self-love as an excuse for not taking action. Young blood, Dan, welcome along. So let's break this down for you guys. If you want more self-confidence, authentic, real confidence, this may help you. So a lot of people, right, you may think that confidence is about looking good on the outside. It's about looking good, success, career, all the stuff, all the fluff on the outside. But confidence is actually what happens in private, right? So what happens behind closed doors. I'm going to give you guys a quick story here. With my dad, right, I grew up watching him where he very charismatic, friends with a lot of people on the outside. But behind closed doors, he was very angry. Would often get angry at my mom, angry at us kids. And I swore to myself, Ben, welcome along, Vincent, I swore to myself that I'm not going to repeat the same pattern. Because what I noticed was over the years, right, I was carrying some of those same feelings of anger in my body. I remember back in, I think, mid-2015 something, I lost it. I had a rage in a convenience store. Okay, I've lost my temper at my past partners. And what I realized was unless I healed, unless I became the person who I wanted to be behind closed doors, none of that success on the outside matters. And some of you guys may have heard me share the story, Dave, welcome along, where I think this happened a year or 2 ago where I was having a disagreement with Tommy, and there was a part of my body which wanted, like, this anger, right? That my old anger self wanted to come out. In that moment, I had a choice of, Jared, you can either go down that path, break your word with yourself, or you choose something better for yourself. And when I made that choice to do the better thing, right, to be calm and sit down and have a conversation, rather than my knee-jerk response of watching my parents slam doors, yell, scream, that changed me. And every single one of those things matter. So if you're saying, as number 1, for a derail there, but number 2, so number 1 is you got to be the person behind closed doors when nobody is watching. Who are you? Who are you behind closed doors? Do you say you're going to go to the gym and then you keep on breaking your word? Do you try and put on this front when there's a date, try and put on your best front, but behind closed doors you feel like shit? If that's who you're putting this front on the outside, but you're not authentically there, confidence will never be yours. So, obviously, if you say you want to do something, right, and you don't do it, you don't follow through, that will destroy your confidence. And I see this all the time, right? People say, hey, I want to start this diet, I want to take better care of myself, I want to set better boundaries. But then you break your own word with yourself. And even if nobody notices, Chris, Felipe, welcome along. Even if nobody notices, you know, because you are always watching you. If you are not following through with your word behind closed doors, you will always know. And that lack of confidence will leak. Interviews, dates, conversations with friends, that's always going to come through. The best thing you can do if you want to build true, authentic, unshakable confidence is by following through with your word. Now, this takes me to the last point, right? This is something that irks me quite a lot. There's a lot of guys, I notice, and I used to do this, hide behind the idea of self-love or body positivity where it's actually self-sabotage. I want to share with you exactly what I mean. I want you to really think about this and pause for a second here. Okay, which is how often, how many times have you broken a word with yourself and then said, hey, it's okay, self-love, don't be hard on yourself. But that isn't self-love. Because when you're not following through on your word, you're breaking trust with yourself. The most important person, most important relationship in the world is you with you. And if you can't trust yourself, if you can't trust your word with yourself, and then you're saying, hey, self-love, don't worry about it, don't be hard on yourself, and you're continuously doing that day after day, month after month, you are destroying your self-confidence, and people will smell that. People can smell I can smell from miles away when someone isn't in integrity or authenticity. But guess what happens when you stop hiding behind self-love and actually follow through with action to build self-trust, especially on those days when it's hard, when you do the uncomfortable thing, when it's scary, when you don't want to show up at the gym and you go, when you don't want to have that uncomfortable conversation, but you have that conversation, when you say your truth, you set a boundary, you say no to the things that don't serve you, and you follow through, and it's hard. That is self-love, because you're building true self-trust. So don't use self-love, guys. If you ever find yourself doing this, don't use self-love as this mask to hide behind, right? To not follow through. Now, this is the last thing I want to give you guys. Welcome, Titus, Zem, Hen. If you want true confidence, you cannot outsource your personal responsibility to other people. Now, I see a lot of guys do this, okay? You've learned to look for permission on the outside. Maybe you grew up needing your parents' permission, right? Maybe you want to do something, right? You want to take better care of yourself. You go, hey, I got to ask my partner first. I need to check my family and friends to see what they think. I need their opinion to give me approval. But if you're outsourcing your dreams and desires to other people, it's never going to happen. Especially if these people that you are outsourcing the opinion from, right? If they haven't achieved what you want to achieve, if they don't know where you're at, they don't know what you want to create, if they haven't done it, guess what's going to happen? They will talk you out of your dreams. That's I'm going to share with you an example of one guy. He had a great business going on, and he wanted more body confidence, but he was afraid because he spent so many years, he was bullied as a kid for his weight, for his body. And he had this idea in his mind that if he were to get in better shape, better health, look after himself, he will become like this douchey, arrogant prick, just like those bullies back in school. And until we help him realize, like, hey, this is not the truth. You don't have to, you're not going to become this arrogant asshole just because you take care of yourself. It changed things for him. But before then, he continuously said, like, hey, I just need permission from my partner. I need to ask my friends about it. But, here's a big but. His friends and partner were not taking care of themselves. So what advice was he getting? The advice he was getting was, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You're being hard on yourself. Continue doing what you're doing. Until he realized, actually, you know what? I am in charge of my life. Right? I want this thing. I want great health. I want a body that I feel good in. I want confidence. I want to go after this thing. It's not going to make me this douchey person. And I can't outsource my responsibility to my partner, family, friends. I am the one making this decision for my life. That was the moment his entire life, boom, changed. He got in incredible shape. His business tripled in income. He had more clients, more confidence, better relationships with everybody around him. Why? Because he chose the unshakable confidence route, which is taking ownership. So if right now, Travi, Tony, welcome along. If right now you are outsourcing, I want you to think to yourself, am I outsourcing my responsibility to other people? Am I outsourcing? If you are in the States, by the way, there's a lot of politics going on. Even in New Zealand, recently there's some anti-pride rhetoric going on, violence going on. But if you are outsourcing, challenge you on this. Are you blaming the government? Are you blaming family, friends for your personal well-being? Are you saying because the world is doing this, therefore I can't take care of myself? Because my family says no? Because my partner doesn't approve of this thing, so I can't do it? Are you waiting for permission? Because if you are waiting for permission, here's the harsh truth. The moment is never going to come. You will never get permission from the outside unless you give it to yourself first. And here's also the great truth of this is once you realize this deeply in your heart, and I did this many times, I realize I need to give myself permission to have the body I want, the relationships I want, the wealth I want, the impact I want, the freedom I want. My whole life transformed. And I've seen this happen for clients all over the world. We're talking all levels: CEOs, directors, doctors, engineers, waiters, chefs, nurses, doesn't matter. Teachers, professors, business owners, directors. They realized when they gave themselves permission to say, you know what, this is not up to anybody else but me. I'm not going to ask for permission. I'm going to choose this for myself. I'm going to decide. I'm going to change my life. Guess what? Their confidence skyrocketed. They started doing more things that took them outside their comfort zone. They had built this sense of self-trust, like, holy smokes, I'm powerful. But that doesn't happen by chance. I see so many guys waiting for permission. That is not going to come. This is the sign for you right now. I want you to ask yourself this. How am I giving responsibility to other people, and what responsibility do I need to take on? The more permission you just give yourself, stop waiting for outside, your whole life will change. Anyway, that's my reel for building unshakable confidence. If you want genuine unshakable confidence, repeat, number one, you cannot care more about the outside world than yourself on the inside. If you care more about the outside world, you are fucked. If you care more about how you feel on the inside and how much you follow through with your word, how much in integrity, alignment you are on the inside, your whole life will transform. You will feel confident. And everything will change. Your relationships, your confidence, your income, everything will change. I've experienced this firsthand in all of my clients. Number two, you cannot break your word and hide behind self-love or body positivity or by not taking action. If you want confidence, you have to follow through. If you tell yourself you're going to do something, you don't follow through, you are destroying self-trust. And it gets harder every single year. It doesn't get easier. Do the reverse, you follow through, your confidence, your self-trust will skyrocket. Number three, last one, do not wait for permission. Don't give your responsibility of your dream life, your dream body, your dream health, dream relationship, dream income, dream business, dream career, dream freedom to other people who haven't done it. Because if you're giving that responsibility to other people who haven't done it, they will talk you out of your dreams. And it will also leave you feeling terrible about yourself. It's going to leave you feeling powerless. But you do the opposite. Take full responsibility. Don't wait for permission. You give yourself permission, your entire life will change. Just a bit of insight, by the way, for some of the results. Body transformation, earning 7 figures, million online, building the marriage of my dreams, freedom to travel the world, right? And I see how other clients do incredible things in their lives. It's not by chance. It starts from the inside first. If you want more on this, by the way, watch this on replay. Nice to meet you, Tomoki. Great to have you here. Lucky, K, Luca, Shriko. Watch this on replay because I went through a lot of good stuff here. Reach out, DM me if anything of this resonates. Comment below as well. The more that you interact, I want you, last magical thing here. I want you to ask yourself, what information am I taking in on a daily basis? Am I reading things, listening to people, listening to music, doing things, conversations that inspire me, uplift me, help me feel more powerful and believe in myself more, that uplifts me? Or am I taking information that puts me in fear, shrinks me, makes me feel terrible about myself, but not in a powerful way, but just makes me feel less than? What are you doing? Take in more powerful information. Be super careful about what you take on. I promise your life will change too. Let me know what resonates. See you guys soon in the next live. And Tomoki, Japan, Nagasaki. Hey, we've been in Nagasaki. We absolutely loved it. Loved it, Nagasaki. Osaka, Tokyo, Kyoto. Love places there. Okinawa. Gabrielle, welcome along. Watch this, guys. Watch this on replay. And by the way, I'm going to do quite a few of these lives coming up. Feel free to interact here. Tell me more about what's going on. Ask questions. Usually it's going to be around this time, between 6, 7, 8, 9 Eastern, US Eastern time. And I'll see you guys soon on the side. Tomoki, not to worry. I'm speaking very fast. See you guys soon on the other side.